We finally went to the planet of Batu, so let's take a look at that. Hi everyone, it's Kat from the Mouse Scout, and today we are at Black Spire Outpost on the planet of Batu at Disneyland. It was the opening weekend for Star Wars in May 1977, and my Aunt Karen picked me up in her old Ford Galaxy and took me to the Winnetka Drive-In in the San Fernando Valley. It was raining, but I didn't even notice because I was watching something the likes of which I had never seen before, and I was enthralled. Since then, I have loved the Star Wars movies, and they are my favorite movies of all time, specifically The Empire Strikes Back. So when Bob Iger told all of us at D23 they were building not one but 2 Star Wars lands, I jumped up and down and cheered, and 4 long years later I finally walked the streets of Black Spire Outpost. My jaw dropped at the details and level of immersion of this land. I love it, and I can't wait to spend more time there. I just want to photograph every nook and cranny of this land and explore it to my heart's content. We entered through Critter Country on the Resistance side. You can see the entrance to the ride expected to open later this year, Rise of the Resistance. This will be their star attraction of the land, and I cannot wait to experience it. This is the Resistance Mobile Command Post, and members of the Resistance have set up a secret makeshift spot where you can stock up on essential gear and supplies to prepare for your next mission. Nearby is an X-Wing fighter as well as an A-Wing fighter in case you have to make a quick getaway if the First Order finds you. As you continue down the path, you'll reach the marketplace. This is an open-air market with stalls that sell local goods. The first thing you can buy is your very own Kowakian monkey lizard. He'll gladly sit on your shoulder as you shop around the marketplace, and he'll set you back 70 credits. There's the Toydarian toy maker Zabaka, who handcrafts toys and collectibles. These are great items to pick up for your young crew members. Or the young at heart crew members. If you need a new robe, stop by Black Spire Outfitters. You can browse through a selection of stylish, functional clothing suitable for all occasions and worlds. Need a little companionship for those long space flights across the galaxy? Stop by the creature stall and adopt any number of pets. There are loth cats, wampas, porgs, warts, and this cute little dakma. There are a couple places to get some snacks here as well. Cat Sokka's Kettle has Outpost Mix, a sweet, savory snack made from popcorn. Ronto Roasters is a favorite spot for crews prepping for their next mission. They're grilling meat under a pod racer engine on spits, and a pitmaster droid turns the mechanical spit, grilling a large side of Ronto, which is a massive beast native to the planet of Tatooine. Here, us humans can pick up a roasted pork wrap, which has a grilled pork sausage, peppercorn sauce, tangy slaw wrapped in a pita. They also have spicy or sweet turkey jerky and specialty beverages. For breakfast, they offer the same wrap with scrambled eggs and the grilled pork sausage. There are only a few places to sit here, but there is more seating outside next to Docking Bay 7. If you're looking for a meal while you're at Black Spire Outpost, there's Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This restaurant is housed in a hangar bay, and you can choose from a variety of dishes prepared with ingredients from all across the galaxy. Chef Strono Tuggs, known as Cookie, has docked a food freighter loaded with fresh supplies, and he's dishing up unusual flavors for his customers. In the descriptions, you'll recognize the chicken ribs and shrimp, but it's seasoned with unusual flavors. And you get to eat with a spork. While I may not have enjoyed some of the spices used, the ribs themselves were good and tender. My favorite thing about this restaurant, however, is the hangar bay itself. Every corner is filled with interesting things to look at, and it really does feel like you're at an outpost. There's a nice little courtyard to sit in outside if it's cool enough. There's a lot of cement, so it can get quite hot. But there's lots of seating inside. However, when we were there around lunch, it did get quite packed. Outside the restaurant, be sure to look up to see the Sonar Shawl Utilipede transport ship, which is Cookie's intergalactic food truck. You'll notice the numbers 77 and 83 painted on it, which coincide with the years that Star Wars and Return of the Jedi were released. And inside the hangar bay on the large crate suspended from the ceiling has the number 80, which is when Empire Strikes Back was released. I just thought that was interesting. Next on our journey is Dok-Ondar's Den of Antiquities. This is where you can shop for unique galactic artifacts, jewelry, statues, and famous lightsabers. You can also pick up the holocrons and kyber crystals too. Dok-Ondar has acquired an eclectic assortment of goods from many different planets and eras. The shop is lined with his mysterious collections, and I've even heard that he got his hands on a famous Earth artifact, the Ark of the Covenant. It's on the second floor somewhere, but I am too short to have gotten a picture of it. Sorry. He has also collected a few creatures, too. Like a little baby sarlacc. There's an interesting collection of mounted heads as well. Is it weird that I would like to have the Nexu mounted head? Probably. Dok-Ondar himself sits in a cage keeping an eye on the store and counting his credits. Just beyond Dok-Ondar's is the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy, the Millennium Falcon. She is so beautiful, and when I first saw her, she brought tears to my eyes. I love that ship. She's 112 feet long and docked outside the attraction Smuggler's Run. Next to the Millennium Falcon is the entrance to the attraction Smuggler's Run. This is where you get a chance to ride in the famous cockpit and serve as either the pilot, gunner, or engineer. You enter Onaka Transport Solutions because you've heard Hondo is looking for a flight crew. The queue is really detailed and it winds its way all around the hangar, and you get really great views of the Millennium Falcon on the way. You'll overhear the crew talking and hear the roar of engines starting up. In one part of the hangar, there's an engine suspended from the ceiling that they appear to be working on. And when they start talking about testing it, it made me a little nervous. You finally make your way into the briefing room where Hondo Ohnaka gives you the details of your mission. And your mission is to deliver a few hard-to-find items to a client clear across the galaxy. Hondo negotiates with Chewie to loan us the Falcon in exchange for the parts that Chewie needs. This is the best audio animatronic I have ever seen. Hondo is amazing. You finally head into the Falcon where flight crews of 6 people are assembled and you're given your assignment. There are 2 pilots, one who controls the vertical movement and the other pilot the horizontal. 2 gunners shoot down enemy ships, and 2 engineers to handle any repairs that the ships need. But if you like, you and somebody can switch positions if you both agree. This is a flight simulator and you are actually in control, so you must work together as a team to have a successful mission. But Hondo does warn you that Chewie will be upset if you do any damage to the Falcon. And actually, if you do, when you leave the flight simulator, you will see the damage. But this is only something I've heard because when we left, there was just a little bit of damage. So I guess we did pretty well. This is a fun attraction. I was the left pilot and I was concentrating so much that I couldn't tell what was happening. So I'm going to have to ride it a few thousand times more. Our next stop kind of surprised me. I don't know why, but I didn't expect to enjoy Oga's Cantina as much as I did. It was so much fun just being in there, looking around, and listening to DJ Rex spinning tunes. When we first got into Batuu, we were directed by cast members into a line to give our phone numbers to enter a virtual queue for the cantina. As you can see, the line was very long, but it did go quickly because they asked that only one member of our party stay in line, and we elected Greg, as we always do. He's a good sport. Then when it's your turn, you'll get a text to return to the cantina and get in line then. We were told it would be about 45 minutes, and it was almost 45 minutes on the dot. This freed us up to explore the outpost while we waited, which was great. Then when we returned, we only had to wait about 5 minutes before we were escorted inside. We were extremely lucky and got placed at a booth where we could sit. However, we did have to share the booth with 2 other groups, which was fine. It was like being on a cruise. The cast members here are quite serious about where they place you. They told us that if we abandoned our spot, they would assume that we left and they would sit someone else there. When other members in our booth left and people tried to sit there, they were told they had to return to standing at the bar where they were originally placed. There are both alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks available. A couple come in collectible glasses that, after seeing them, I may get next time, but they are expensive. If you happen to be there in the morning, they do have a breakfast roll and yogurt you can get, along with coffee and tea drinks, and a Bloody Mary. Felicia and I both ordered the Outer Rim, which was very much like a margarita. The drink itself was tasty, but the exotic fruit puree on it was bitter and weird tasting, and we both just tried to drink around it. Greg and Elizabeth ordered the Java Juice, which was really good when I tasted it, and it's much less expensive because it's non-alcoholic. When you order, they take your credit card right away, which is kind of good because when you're ready to go, you don't have to wait for a tab. If the DJ Rex looks familiar, that's because he used to be our pilot on Star Tours until he failed pilot school and C-3PO had to take over. Paul Rubens, the actor who plays Pee Wee Herman, did the voice for Rex on Star Tours, and he's returned to do the voice for DJ Rex. There's a wart in a case over the bar laying eggs for some of the drinks. Yum. All the drinks are pre-mixed and in dispensers. There are no bottles behind the bar. We ended up staying for about 45 minutes, enjoying the music, atmosphere, and just sitting in a cool place. There's lots of stuff to look at around the bar, and we all really enjoyed it. I can't wait to go back. Heading to the left when you exit the cantina takes you toward the TIE Fighter Echelon and the First Order Recruitment Station. The First Order has recently arrived at the outpost, and they want you to proclaim your allegiance. At the First Order Cargo, you can shop for the recruitment gear and supplies. They offer apparel and accessories, pins, toys, art, and collectibles. Outside the store is the TIE Fighter Echelon, Kylo Ren's new assault vehicle. He can be seen from time to time in the area, so look out. Stormtroopers are keeping an eye on everyone from above, and may stop and question you if you're behaving suspiciously. Look up, they're on the buildings. I've also heard that if you stay past your appointed time during the reservation period, they will escort you off planet. There are a few other characters roaming the streets of the outpost too. Rey can be seen in the area trying to hide from the stormtroopers, and she may have a few kids with her to go on the adventure with her. Chewie is also at the outpost, and he is very popular. He is always surrounded by off-worlders. He liked my Osmo Pocket camera and leaned in to get a close look. We didn't get a chance to try the blue or green milk at the milk stand this time. By the time we got over there, they had let the next group in and the line was too long. But I will try it next time. At the Droid Depot, you can build your own droid and choose which personality you would like it to have. We didn't want to wait in the long line on this trip, and I didn't think it was something I would be interested in, but after seeing the ones that other people had built, I think I may have to have one myself. Another experience we decided to skip over this time was Savi's workshop to build a customized lightsaber. They're $199, and people are reporting that the wait time is at least 2 hours long. You pay up front, and they call people in groups of about 14 at a time. So maybe I'll build one sometime down the road. So I have a lot more to do here at Galaxy's Edge. The land is fantastic and detailed, and I'll say it again, immersive. During our 4 hours, it felt like both a long time and yet not long enough. The land is massive, and although we got to see it all, we were not able to do it all. I feel like I have a lot more to discover at the Black Spire Outpost, and I really look forward to it. I hope you've enjoyed our look at this wonderful new land at the Disneyland Resort, Black Spire Outpost. If you liked our video, please give it a thumbs up, and consider subscribing and hitting the bell to be notified whenever we upload a new video. We will continue to explore what makes Disney so magical. Until next time, have a wonderful week, and remember, it's all just designed for fun.